The Boeing B-29 Superfortress is best known as the weapon that won the battle in the Pacific and brought an end to World War II. The Allies knew that to defeat the Japanese, they would need to attack its isolated homeland. As early as 1938, the Boeing Aircraft Company and the United States government began work on a 4-engine bomber capable of flying the long-range missions. Unveiled in 1944, the B-29 Superfortress was the most expensive project of the war and one of the riskiest.
Well, it's sort of interesting to look at the B-29 as the biggest, most expensive gamble of World War II. It turned out to be about a $3 billion program, and it was inordinately important because it was the only bomber that could carry the nuclear weapon, the atomic bomb.
An engineering marvel, the B-29 was first flown by the 20th Bomber Command in China. But the strategic air attacks against Japan that had been dreamed of for so long were doomed by logistical nightmares and the B-29's poor performance. The Japanese were relieved. The much-hyped bomber appeared to be a great waste of valuable American resources. But after heavy fighting, the United States Marines took control of Saipan and Tinian in the Marianas Islands. Runways were built. Soon, the hulking B-29s, now under the command of the fiery American General Curtis LeMay, were again heading for Japan. Often flying in formation several hundred aircraft strong, sometimes at night, the B-29s crossed 1,500 miles over the waters of the Pacific to reach the enemy. There, the Superfortresses dropped their mammoth payloads. Thousands of tons of incendiary bombs burned down Japan's major cities and industrial bases. But still, there was no surrender from the Japanese.
We were the first ones who actually brought the war to Japan. We destroyed the aircraft factories, we destroyed steel mills, any target that could be identified as a target, we bombed, either blew up or burned up.
The B-29s continued their bombing raids. The invading giants possessed ample firepower to defend itself against the enemy's weakening fighter attacks. Meanwhile, the United States was finishing work on a revolutionary new weapon, the world's first atomic bomb.
Number 1 and number 2 weapons programs that we had during World War II were the atomic bomb and the aircraft to carry the atomic bomb.
Modified B-29s were the only weapons capable of transporting the new bomb and dropping it on target. In 1944, a select group of B-29 pilots and crew trained in secrecy for the most important mission in the history of aerial warfare. On August 6, 1945, the B-29, the Enola Gay, dropped the world's first atomic bomb on the city of Hiroshima. On August 9th, the B-29 Boxcar dropped the second atomic bomb on Nagasaki. Five days later, Japan surrendered. The war was over.
The B-29 clearly won the war against Japan from the air. It was the first bomber that really demonstrated the kind of true air power that everyone had been talking about.
Poor test flights and disastrous early raids almost made the B-29 a resounding failure. But the bomber's superior design, incredible range, and unprecedented firepower made it one of the world's deadliest aircraft.